Good morning, afternoon, everybody. My name is Mike at FilmBoy24, and I want to thank you all for joining me on another adventure down found film lane. This is a good one. This is an exciting little batch of found films. If you saw my previous found film, it was from what we are now deeming probably the Pomona pack. It's my ring. It's a large batch of film that came from Pomona, California. This one is next. If you are new to this channel, I want to say thank you for popping in. I really appreciate it. This is a super fun little series that I'm just having a ball with this because I love unearthing these otherwise lost memories that no one would ever see. I call this found film. It's found because I found it in one way, shape, form, or another. This particular roll of film comes from a large batch of film that I purchased on eBay for insanely low price, around 30 bucks for this. Yep, 30 bucks for that. Now, it was 48 rolls of film, 45 of which were completely fully exposed by an unknown human. We don't know who actually shot all this film or if it was shot by different people, but what we know so far after having processed 3 is that we got one event from the previous found film where we saw Darius Anthony, the photographer, shooting photographs of some sort of a musician. This one is a little bit different, and it's shot in a different time as well, I believe. So this is Kodak Tri-X. It's 7278. That's Kodak's model number to identify this particular film stock. This particular film had an edge code that identifies it on the side of the film. It identifies the year that it was manufactured, this particular roll. The edge code is an X, a square, I gotta learn my shapes, and a triangle. That tells us that this particular roll was manufactured in 1997. That helps us a lot because now we know for sure that this wasn't shot prior to 1997. Most of the time, when people bought a roll of film, they used it. They didn't typically keep it around for years, so I'm going to guess this was shot sometime in the late 90s. How did I get to this point? Well, I bought the film. I got this large lot, and then you have to process it. And that's my specialty, my own personal specialty. I've been shooting, processing, and just having fun in one way or another with film for the better part of 40 plus years. One of the things that I enjoy doing most is processing. This is a Lomo tank. I'm going to give you a 30-second overview. This is called a Lomo UPB-1A tank. This will process up to 2 50-foot lengths at a time, separated lengths of Super 8, 8mm or 16mm movie film. Sometimes I do 2 at a time. Actually, most of the time I do 2 at a time, but sometimes I'll just do 1. Well, I actually did 2 of these rolls out of that batch that I just showed you the photo of, and I processed it in HC110B. That's well, I use FPP 110, which is a great source. FPP, a great source for your chemicals and film and processing and scanning and all kinds of things, film photography project. I use their formula or their mixture, their concentrate. I did it for 8 minutes at about 67 degrees Fahrenheit inside this tank. This film does not have that nasty remjet on it, so I don't have to worry about that because that can kind of be a pain. And then I fixed the film, dried the film, and scanned the film. Now, I do everything myself. I do it right here in my home. It is DIY everything, so it's going to be a little, what I like to call a little bit grungier than what a professional lab would give you. So we just deal with that. I do this because I enjoy it. I enjoy it. So what do we have? Well, we have this. have a festival of sorts. It appears to be, at least a portion of it, I don't know what festival it is, some type of an African American festival, or at least that area of it was, based on some of the signage and a lot of the people even. It looks at one point half or a little farther than halfway into the film. The cinematographer may have gotten a tad bit distracted by the young lady. These things happen. I'm not offended by it. Hopefully you're not. We're going to try to piece together. I don't know how much of each type of film. You see, this lot came with Kodachrome, Plus X, and Tri-X. All of this film was somewhere in the 90s, from what I can tell so far. The Plus X that I developed on a previous, I'll show you a little clip here, on a previous found film, that was from the early 90s. This is from the late 90s. So I'm not sure what all this content is going to be. I did process a 200-foot roll of Kodachrome from the same estate. I bought it from the same seller on eBay, but at a different time, and it's believed to have come from the same large estate sale. So I actually did a found film on that as well. If you want to check that out, just take a peek. I'm going to put all of this in its own playlist. It will have the name Pomona somewhere in the playlist because I'm not positive what that name will be yet. But you really should keep up because we got cameraman mics, sound film box set, huge lot of found film that we're about 2/3 of the way through. Looking for Joey. You know the one. I'll put a little card up there so you can check that out as well. We're pretty deep into that. We're like 25, 30 films into that one. This is our new adventure. And I have tons of other little one-off found films too that are soon to come. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned a little something. I hope you enjoy sort of unearthing some of this old Americana as much as I do. If you do, you can show me. You know how you can show me? Right there. It's free. You hit the button. And right, if you think I've earned it, you see it? I don't, but you can. Subscribe so that you never miss a groovy little episode of found film or some other crazy little video that I decide to throw together. I like to try and release videos every Tuesday and Friday, and a groovy little live stream every Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm in Florida, so I'm in the Eastern Time Zone. If you can make it, I'd love to see you. We talk film, we show films, we just have a lot of fun. Kind of talk about whatever we want. It's about an hour and 15 minutes long. A lot of good people in there. A lot of film fanatics and enthusiasts. Also have memberships coming. If you want to support the channel or help support the channel, please think about a membership. That's all I'm going to say about it. Until the very next time, and it's soon that I see all of your shiningly beautiful faces. No idea what that meant. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's just what I do. I'll see all of you on the very next go-around.